So, Crime Intelligence Boss General Dumisani Khumalo will take to the witness stand today at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry in Tshwane, which is looking into allegations of corruption and political interference in the criminal justice system. General Khumalo will be the fifth witness to testify before the commission. The commission has already heard testimony from National Police Commissioner General Fani Masemola and KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, who have both lauded Khumalo's work in the political killings task team. Here's SABC News anchor Ayanda Nyathi, who's also joined by SABC News reporter Canny Maphanga in Pretoria, who join us now for an update on this. So, Ayanda, a very good morning to you. We are now on day 8 of the commission, but much of the shine has been taken away by some of the reports that we've heard coming in over the weekend. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, good morning to you, Mkolisi, and of course great anticipation ahead of the start of official proceedings here, but you make reference to some of those reports at least that have emerged mostly from the weekend. I suppose it's a good time for us to jump straight into it. We've managed to quickly grab the Commission spokesperson, Jeremy Michaels, who's with us once again. Thank you for honoring our invite, sir. It's the elephant in the room, I think some people, as they might say, reports emerging at the weekend around the status of Adv Terry Motau as one of the evidence leaders of this inquiry. What's the Commission's official response to that?
Well, good morning, Ayanda. Firstly, let me say that Advocate Terry Motau, that matter, we are not going to be ventilating in public. It's an internal matter for the moment. And what is critically important for us as the Commission is that the inquiry is progressing. We are on to, I think it's day 8 now, in terms of the evidence being led publicly. We have Lieutenant General Khumalo on the stand today, and we are squarely focused on the task at hand, particularly given its critical importance for the country and rule of law.
I hear that, and I think it's on that very point that I might have to push you slightly. What I found in my experience is that often when things are left out in the open, it really breeds into conjecture and speculation, and in some ways may take away from the substance of this particular inquiry. So perhaps let me ask my question differently. Is there any credence to what we've heard so far about Terry Motau possibly wanting to step away from the inquiry, understanding the sensitivity of perhaps those ongoing discussions that you have? Yeah, let me leave it there.
Yeah, as you say, it is an ongoing discussion internally, and we, again, do not want to ventilate. We don't, I mean, this is a very, very sensitive internal matter, and at an appropriate point.
I think we're having issues with your mic, so let me just take care of that for you, and you can perhaps start your discussion or your response. I beg your pardon. Sorry for this, using this particular mic, just so we can make sure that we hear every word.
So yes, I was saying again, this is an internal and a sensitive matter. So we are not going to be ventilating it in public. What's important for the Commission is that the hearings are proceeding. We are squarely focused on the job at hand, and certainly we understand the public concern, anxiety. At an appropriate point, we will talk in more detail to it. But for the moment, we have a hearing that's starting at 9:30. And the public hearings are scheduled to unfold over the rest of the week, with Lieutenant General Khumalo on the stand. So that's what we are preoccupied by the work, and we will deal with these internal matters.
All right. Hopefully we'll be able to speak about it when you feel that, it'll cause more good than any harm at a later stage. But let's speak about what we're likely to anticipate this week. Did I hear you correctly? Lieutenant General Khumalo will be on the stand for the week.
Well, let's see. We anticipate that it may be 3, 4, potentially 5 days this week. So certainly over the course of most of the week. And of course, we can't say exactly, how long he's going to be on the stand. We'll see as the testimony unfolds. But again, this is an important witness. And so, it's going to be an interesting week just in terms of the public hearings and hearing the testimony.
All right. Jeremy Michaels, I know you're a busy man, so we'll leave it there for now. Thank you for, at a moment's notice, stepping in to speak to us. Really do appreciate it. Jeremy Michaels, of course, is the spokesperson for the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, juggling a number of balls. I think it's quite safe to say, given, of course, what is at stake here and just how much attention this inquiry has drawn over the past week or so. Canny Maphanga, of course, is part of the SABC news team and has been watching developments from day one. We're now approaching the start of day 8, and Canny, a lot of anticipation around where Dumisani Khumalo will start, given just how often his name has come up at this inquiry.
Well, good morning, Ayanda, and to the viewers. You're slightly inaudible there. However, as you've stated, what preceded the allegations, or rather what is going to be addressed by Lieutenant General Dumisani Khumalo, the crime intelligence boss here at 9:30 a.m. this morning, what took place before this particular testimony is speculation regarding the internal matters of the Commission of Inquiry, probing allegations of criminality, political interference, and corruption in the criminal justice system. And what we're hearing from Jeremy Michaels is consistent with the statement that he shared with SABC News yesterday, stating that they were not going to be entertaining any distractions, but the sole focus is going to be on the work of the Commission, which is addressing the rule of law in South Africa. And with that said by Jeremy Michaels, we expect that Khumalo will enter the witness stand this morning and deal directly with operational matters with respect to the PKTT and its disbandment. The Political Killings Task Team has been in sharp focus as various members of the criminal justice system, that is the South African Police Services as well as the NPA, have discussed its importance and of course its disbandment and what may have allegedly motivated the disbandment. We expect that Khumalo, who led this particular team, will go into detail regarding its operations, its kind of success in achieving its mandate, and of course going into the Gauteng province to deal with the GCI ops operation in dealing with those alleged organized crime syndicates and nabbing the arrest of key figures such as Katiso Malefo and Vusimuzi Kat Matlala. We expect for him to elaborate on that and then of course go into other issues such as his arrest and the allegations that a target may have been put on his back following the success of the work of the PKTT in the Gauteng province in fighting this alleged organized crime syndicates and alleged drug cartels in the Gauteng province. All that and more at 9:30 a.m. this morning. For now, it's over to you in studio, Ayanda.
Indeed. Of course, we'll be watching our clocks very closely. Just over 15 minutes time to go before the start of day 8. As I mentioned earlier, Dumisani Khumalo's name has come up several times. In fact, from the very beginning, when Tantam Kwanazi was in that witness box, at some stage he made mention of how then Minister Bheki Cele gave out an instruction for Dumisani Khumalo to be removed from KwaZulu-Natal to come help crime-fighting efforts in Gauteng, a decision that Tantam Kwanazi said was odd. Take a listen.
I phoned Gerald Khumalo and said, Gerald Khumalo, this is a request I received from Gerald Cele. Gerald Khumalo just laughed and he said, well, don't worry, the general is not serious about that. So I asked him, what do you mean? He said, no, he's not serious. He wants me to back off on the case against Khan, General Khan from Crime Intelligence. So Cele is pursuing Khumalo to resign from the police so that he can stay away from the dismember case because he was appointed to deal with that case departmentally against General Khan.
So there you have it, just one of the many questions that have arisen over the 7 days that this inquiry has sat, and I imagine many of those answers will be expected from Lieutenant General Dumisani Khumalo when he takes to that witness box.